Welcome to this week's newscast. I am Berna Salinas and UTRGVTV starts now. On this week's top story, a safe place was opened at the Doctors Hospital at Renaissance and was able to help the nurses get back on their feet. Our reporter Ileana Luna has more of it.
The Doctors Hospital at Renaissance in Edinburgh now has its two nurses, Yvonne Garcia and Sally Peña, after they had been let go from Mission's regional hospital. Garcia and Peña are sexual assault forensic examiners.
When someone is in need of the services for sexual assault or any kind of abuse, they would come here to Doctors Hospital through the emergency department. They would get seen as a patient, and at that point they'll consult us and we'll come in to do the forensic nursing part of the exam for the patient.
This Safe Haven Center opened Friday, February 3rd for victims of the abuse and sexual assault.
It's a unit that's created to take care of victims of abuse such as sexual assaults, child abuse, elder abuse, domestic violence.
On average, they see nearly 500 patients of all types of abuse.
Last year we saw about 450 just sexual assault patients.
Garcia was one of the nurses to be let go from Mission, where Doctors Hospital at Renaissance took her in and is very excited for its future clinic.
When that happened, we reached out to Renaissance and had a meeting with them, and they were ready and we were ready, and it just happened.
In Edinburgh, for UTRGV-TV, Ileana Luna.
A unique situation brings a couple together. Danielle Rodriguez brings you the story.
The Bible says love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. For Viviana Jara and Jerry Rios, they have practiced their love through the faith of God despite their religious differences.
We made an effort to learn about each other's religions first. I know before, he wasn't really familiar with my religion. I'm a Latter-day Saint. He comes from a Catholic family. And so I think both of our families are actually kind of like maybe devoutly religious.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit weird it was a little bit clashing a little bit at the beginning, but I guess, just understanding each other, going to each other's churches.
I'm prepared to explore, different viewpoints, and that's why I was so open to learning about her religion. So it's not, it was never a big deal breaker for me. It wasn't anything like that compared to, say, for some other people. Mm-hmm. So I was very open to that idea of, learning about it. And I was very grateful that she was open to learning about mine. And, I think that just kind of having that little conflict, it just kind of strengthened our relationship.
The couple have been together for 7 years and believe that love and God's love is just the same all around. In Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, I'm Danielle Rodriguez.
Just in the nick of time for Valentine's Day, the Office of Institutional Advancement presented UTRGV's very first We Love Our Donor Day event. The Director of Stewardship and Donor Relations tells us what this event is all about.
The purpose of We Love Our Donor Day is to encourage all of our faculty, staff, and especially our students to be aware of the generosity that our donors show us each and every day. So even though we're celebrating it just today, it's every day that we recognize our donors and thank them for the generosity that they show our university.
Students, faculty, and staff were able to make posters, write notes, and appear in video messages letting our donors know how much we appreciate their help. The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley will be submitting waivers that will fulfill positions for the new School of Medicine. All UT systems and campuses and administration will be impacted by the funding.
Well, there's a lot of nursing majors, so I guess it'd be really competitive to get a job, a placement in the future.
Due to the hiring freeze, UTRGV officials won't be able to hire new staff. Black History Month is annually celebrated every February. Our reporter Margarita Muniz went around asking students about such tributes.
Black History Month?
Black History Month is celebrated every February in commemoration of the many influential Black Americans and events in U.S. history. I went out asking UTRGV students and staff what were their thoughts about such recognition.
To me, Black History Month just should be reflecting the culture, African American culture.
You're recording?
Who is Harriet Tubman?
She built the Underground Railroads.
And who is Malcolm X?
I don't know. I mean, yes, I do, but I don't remember.
I don't know who he is, but I know what he looks like because my sister has glasses like.
Who is Rosa Parks?
Rosa Parks? I don't know.
Do you know who Rosa Parks is?
She didn't give up her seat on the bus, and because people had to move from the back of the bus before there were civil rights laws, and then she refused to move. So
Who is Harriet Tubman?
the Underground Railroad.
I don't really know.
I asked if this is trivia. I don't know.
What does it mean to me? Well, as someone who teaches a number of classes that deal with race relations and politics, it's always interesting to note what things are selected to be part of Black History Month, because the problem is when you have a month, you just have a window of opportunity to do a certain amount of things, and there's never enough time to really cover the breadth and length of a history of a whole people who represent part of American history in a month. But overall, I think it's positive. What it also means to me personally is another chance to learn things that I didn't know.
Black History Month is where we talk about the people from, oh God, I can't.
Black history isn't just something to be celebrated during the month of February, but every day of the year. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I am Margarita Muñiz.
On this week's Sportscast, Donald Gavon showcased his baseball skills by trying out for the team.
Once I was 7 years old and my dream was to date Jennifer Aniston from Friends. Once that did not work out, I moved to my second dream, to play baseball. And today I accomplished that. With UTRGV first baseman Victor Garcia Jr., I interviewed him and then I laced up my Pumas and showcased my baseball skills to Victor. He has a cool beard.
Here's a segment called My Friend Nate Asks Somebody a Weird Question. Come here, my friend Nate. He's really weird. All right, Nate, ask Victor a weird question.
Hi, Victor. Which UTRGV baseball player smells the best?
Victor Garcia.
Are there two Victor Garcias? Because
Dude, why don't you smell him, dude? Yeah. Go ahead. What's he smell like?
he does smell the best.
So we're gonna showcase my bat skills. Vic is gonna throw it at me, so let's go for it. All right, bro. I don't like talking about politics, but Beyonce or Adele?
Beyonce.
Vic, are you fast, man?
I'm pretty fast.
I'm pretty fast, dude. I don't know if you've ever vaped, but the way they rip clouds, I rip speed. How fast was that?
That was 45 seconds.
And you're from Chicago. There was a lot of success that year. The Chicago Cubs, did they talk to you at all about playing for them?
They did, but I actually had to turn them down. You know, I'm a vaquero for life, so I had to turn them down.
It's a little creepy. Being part of baseball, baseball players, first fact, they got big butts. And so...
Holy cow. That's a huge butt.
Big. I'm pretty strong.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. Hold this.
Let me see this. Oh.
What's your favorite memory here at UTRGV so far?
Well, my favorite memory here is I was still Bronx. We were still UTPA. And on Mother's Day, Andy Fortuna, my freshman year, he was a senior. He had a walk-off home run on Mother's Day. And unfortunately, he had lost his mom. And it was senior day also, so that just topped it off. So it was a special moment for him and for everybody.
One time there was like a frog, and it came up behind me, and I noticed it before. So, Nate, if you can just pretend to be a frog, like rib it around, I'm going to notice you. Athlete, can you do the water bottle flip?
I can.
All right.
Can I drink some more water?
Yeah. Victor's really thirsty all the time, in multiple ways.
I got this.
That's right. I hope you got that drink in action. All right. Edited.
How far can you throw a baseball?
You got Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa. Which one's the best of those three?
Barry Bonds.
Oh, so you like players that do PEDs?
Yes.
Busted. That's journalism. Have you ever thought when you hit the baseball, instead of going to first base, you go to second instead?
I have, but then I'd be called out.
What's your expectations for this year?
We're gonna win a lot of ball games. This year's different. We got a lot of new guys, but it's different this year. You know, we're on the same page. We all want the same goal, and that's to win a WAC championship and then go from there.
All right. So what's this?
This is home plate. This is where the magic happens right here.
Yeah.
This is every baseball player's favorite place to be on a baseball field.
Where do you see yourself a year from now?
Playing professional baseball.
Come check out the UTRGV baseball team this Friday against Texas Southern.
Texas Southern, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Central Time. Victor's going to do something crazy, and he's also going to hit the baseball with the bat. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Daniel Gavon.
On this week's Try with Ramiro, let's take a closer look at the Filipino Club.
In a university dominated by Hispanic culture, the Filipino Club expresses themselves in a very eccentric ways.
I decided to put my feet with the beat of the music with the Filipino Club. Let's go check it out.
Stepping into the studio, I can feel the upbeat and passion they set into every step. At certain points, I felt as a robot moving my joints one by one. Even though I was having a hard time, I was getting help every step of the way. Finally getting to the beat, I have my eyes on you, UTRGV.
How did you feel, Ramiro?
I feel pretty tired. I didn't think dancing would be like this. I mean, I remember dancing like Spanish songs with my mom, but it's something way more. Like I feel like I'm in one of those music videos, you know?
No matter who you are and where you're from, the Filipino Club accepts all.
It's not really that much that a lot of people don't really notice what's going on, but once they find out, kind of shedding it, it's kind of broadening more the diversity of like more here in the area is more Hispanic, but when you kind of branch out a little bit more, you kind of get more into more like the Filipino culture, or maybe as well the Chinese culture down here is more, as well as like the Korean culture.
After taking a break, things got more complex for me to handle.
I learned some pretty sweet dance moves today. They're pretty dank and my feet are pretty tired, but hey, it was pretty fun. This has been Ramiro Gonzalez from UTRGV-TV.
That's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, you can always contact us on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, or email us at utrgvtv@gmail.com. We have UTRGV and community news for you every week. Until next time.